So here we have the Lincoln Electric i350S and this top part here, which is the LF56D. So in here, this is where your wire is. We've got 1mm welding wire in here, and then also as well we've got the rollers just here, so we can change them over from 1mm to 1.2. We just unscrew them and they turn around, so we can run different welding wires. So if I just turn it on, so we can purge the line with gas that way, or if we press this way, it'll run the welding wire at the end of the gun. Good thing about this as well, let's pull this off, we've got a USB port, so we can put a phone charger in here, or you know, we could charge an iPad off it or whatever. But the most important thing about this is, if we're doing any structural work or anything and it needs certification or anything like that, we can plug a USB stick into it and then it will record what the welder's done on that certain weld. So then that will, you know, you can see that, yes, this weld has been done here on this bit of steel or whatever, and yeah, there you go. So we'll shut this back together now, put that back in there. I'm still learning about this welder, so, you know, if anyone out there does know anything different about it, you have to put some comments and let me know what you think. This bit just here is like a bit of a storage for like tips and stuff. And the great thing about these welders is they put lights in, look, so you can see everything, which is really good. I've got some lifting eyes down here and one up here, because this top bit comes off, and we've got all this cable this side, so we can leave the welder where it is like that. And if I sort of come along and just put that down there like that, now it's off. It's on its own little wheels, look, as well. So we can actually walk this 10 metres away from the machine and leave the welder where it is. I mean, it does go quite a long way. I could easily go the other side of the workshop, and then I've got another few meters on the gun as well, so we can go ages away from the welder, which is brilliant. Onto the back, we've got a gas here, Argo Shield Universal, and then the mask as well. This is a Lincoln Electric mask, so we can use it for grinding as well as welding. So we'll have a look at that. I'm going to try and put the camera in here and show you doing a bit of welding with it as well. So, got the welding mask on, like that. Before we start, just like to thank the people at Lincoln Electro sending this out, and we're gonna have a good go with it. I mean, it's pretty complicated, but it can do a lot of stuff. So, looking forward to showing you a few bits on it. So, obviously here we've got where the gun plugs in, and then this side here, because it's actually an arc welder as well as a MIG welder. So you can put an arc welder in here. This is for water cooling on the torch if we had it, but don't need any of that. This is obviously like a bit of a guard, stop any bits of splatter or weld going onto the screen. So if we go into this, we can see, so what do we want to go on? We can either do, so this is like MIG welder setup, and then we've got arc welder setup, so we could obviously change between arc and MIG and a few other bits on there, but we're going to go on MIG. So we'll press OK. Auto, which is loading, and it'll ask what we want to do. So do we want to do steel, stainless, aluminium, bronze, metal core? But no, we want to do steel. And then it's going to ask what size welding wire we want, and we are 1mm. So we're going to select 1mm. Air mix, which is what we've got. There we are. We're ready for welding. So this one here, if we turn that, this is how many meters a minute of welding wire we're getting. So at the moment we're getting 13.58 meters a minute of welding wire. And this is the volts. So we'll turn that right back down. Turn that up to wherever we want. There is also an automatic mode as well. So you can just put in the thickness of your steel. So let's have a look at that. So we're on the trigger. So at the moment, on the trigger on here, if I pull it, comes out, stops, comes out, stops. If I then change the trigger to that, So we've got 2 arrows each way. I'll pull the trigger and then I'll let go and it will carry on. Then when I want it to stop, I'll just pull the trigger again. So that's not work. In the next screen, we've got limits. So we can save jobs. So if we're doing special different types of jobs that we've already done before, we can save the settings to the machine, then just go back and go on it so it saves all the settings. Brightness, don't need that. Access control, this is so that we've got a pin on the actual machine, so if it ever gets stolen or anything like that, nobody can use it without that, so you need the access control pin. Job mode, language, green mode puts it into when you're not using the welder, it shuts it off quicker or whatever. Factory reset, system info, advanced setup. So there's a lot of things on here that you can do, which I don't really need to go through because, you know, I don't really need them that much. So I'm just restarting it now before we have a look. These are some of the welds I did earlier. One here and one here. So this weld here, sort of like a lap weld. I sort of just move the gun left and right like that. And then this one here, just push that along like that, pushing the molten pull away from me all the time. So we're gonna turn this upside down. We'll have another go at these bits just here. And just a bit of a practice. So anyone on there who wants to put a comment on it saying your weld's crap, then I don't care. So before we start, this is our different mode look. You can see there's the torch, and then we're doing like an L-shaped weld in some steel. And this is the penetration of the weld, and we can adjust the steel look. If I just sit there turning that, you see it all moving. So we're going to be welding 10mm thick steel. So if we turn this up to 10mm like that. So what it also does as well, for the first like couple of seconds, it'll put more power into it to put more heat into the steel, because obviously the hotter the steel, the better it is to penetrate and weld it. So it'll be a bit hotter to begin with, then it will start to cool down. But yeah, let's have a go, see if we can get you behind the mask and watch with me. You can see that we are in the welding mask. So we're going to start just here. Yeah, that's working all right. So we'll start here and we'll just keep pushing the molten pull along slowly as we go. I don't know what that looks like. I can't see through the welding mask. Oh, brilliant. Look, I missed a bit. Right, if I put you over here, then you can watch me doing it so I can see through the welding mask. So I'll put you down just there, and I'm going to weld this bit, and then we'll have a look what it looks like. That's better, look. So I've just filled over the top of that, so it's burnt in nicely. And then we have that. So I welded that bit on there like now. That's at quite high power. So we weld this. I'm just welding bits all over the place because I can. Just going to weld that bit there like that now. But we'll put it on a lower setting. So if we lower that down, have a bit less penetration. I don't know where we want to be. We'll just keep going down a bit more. Put the glove back on. Just hold that. It's a bit of a clean with the old wire brush. Like that. And we'll just stick that on there like that. How's that look? Yeah, looks good. So yeah, that's a little insight to the Lincoln Electric welder. I mean, it does so much more, like loads more, and I'm still learning. So if anyone's got anything like this, I'd be interested to know what else they do with it. Remember, when we're turning it off, gas off, and then that's it. So thanks for watching. I just wanted to, it's just a bit of a quick play video really, and over time I'll be doing more with it. So I want to do some more videos on welding some bigger, heavier steel up, and a few other bits, whether it will weld thin steel, which I'm sure it will. Do a bit of arc welding with it, and it also does gouging as well, so we can gouge steel out like as a V to put some bigger welds in it. So yeah, very interesting. See you all soon.